Yerushalmi Sotah Daf Lamed Zayin, Fakton the Elige Perik. Meshuach Muhammad B'Shoshu Medab, when the Kohen Meshuach Muhammad used to speak, Elo Am B'Lashna Kodesh Hoy Medab, B'Lashna Kodesh Medab, he used to talk. B'Lashna Kodesh now it says Vayiki Karav Chem El Muhammad V'Nikash Kohen is V'Nikash Kohen Zeh Meshuach Muhammad V'Diber Olam B'Lashna Kodesh. V'Omer Aleihem, and he would say to them, Shema Yisrael Atem Kriv Ma'Yom El Muhammad Levechem. You're going to fight your enemies. Alavechem, you're fighting enemies. V'lo elachechem, lo Yehuda Hashem, lo Hashem al Binyamin, Shem tipul biyodim yirach melechem. Over here, the enemy will show you no mercy. That's where do we see that he spoke that lama over here, meaning how do we know he spoke lashon hakodesh? Began to say v'diber. Says v'diber. Freit Gemara Rei Kriyishma. Rei Ksiba v'dibarta bam. V'inu mes b'chol lashon Kriyishma. Could he said in any language? El Bakain the Ksiv ba Amira. So it says no, because it says Amira. Pregmara Pashas Vida Maisa Riksa ba Amira. Vina Mes B'Chalashim. Vida Maisa can be said in any language, and it says Amira as well. We're going to go with the Carbonatus Girsa over here, so the next words will appear after Ad Kedan Rebbe Akiva. So skip down to Ad Kedan Rebbe Akiva, do Amal Shonus Ribuyin. Hey, remember, there's Machlaikis, if Dibber Torah Klosh B'nei done by Kefalosh. And Rebbe Akiva says no. Rebbe Akiva says that if there's a Kefalosh, it's coming to teach us something. Ram. Rebbe Shmuel, do Amal Shonus Kfulen Hein. That the Shonus Kfulen Stam, Dibber Torah Klosh B'nei Adam. Stam is a Kefalosh. The Torah repeats words twice. So, Amar Rab Chagai. So for that, Amar Rab Chagai, as we go back, Nema Kan Gisha, V'Nema Lahal V'Nikshu HaKoyin B'nei Levi. It says the Gisha over here, obviously. Rabbi Nigash HaKoyin B'nei Meshuach Muhammad, and says V'Nikshu HaKoyin B'nei Levi. So by Egla Rufa, right? And Malahalon, it says V'Nikshu HaKoyin B'nei Levi Be'Egla Rufa Ma Negisha Shnei Malahalon V'Loshen HaKodesh Be'Egla Rufa Tzvam V'Loshen HaKodesh Avkan is B'Loshen HaKodesh. So we know over here it's also Loshen HaKodesh. Amar Rab Chia bar Abba Nema Kan Negisha, and the question is where do we learn it out from? V'nema lahalon Moshe nigash el ha'araf el man negisha shnema lahalon b'loshen kodesh by Moshe avkan b'loshen kodesh as well. So here we see that it's done b'loshen kodesh. Fine. Now the Gemara goes loy mistabra de loy, right? Ufaktu sorry it's first b'rosha am v'achkach v'nigash hakoyim v'diber elo am. So over here, the Gemara is going through to show you that these psukim were not written necessarily in order. And as it says in the pasuk, right, by going to war, sorry, it's first, then they would command them the various parts of the army where to stay. So he said it has to be that it's written out of order. Why? Because Lama Sabbath the law. Focus so it's first for El the law over here is like Elo. Ufarut is Ufaktu so it's first Sha'am that they tell them where to stand. Then Va'achakach once they're in order, the soldiers are all in order. V'nikash hakoyim v'diber lam, which makes sense. Mandi misakin lohin. In other words, once they're ready, we arrange where they're supposed to stand. Mashmaloin. Then you can talk to them. And Emikru Amor I'll say this. Therefore, it can't be that this pasuk is written in order. Fine. Besefer, no, it's at the border. Atom Shoyte Shemeya Mipi Koyin Parsha V'Imra B'Choloshin. So the Shoyte he hears, right? He hears what the Kohen says. And then he translates it for everybody else. And the Sefer over here is the border when they were going into Eretz Yisrael. But they don't talk. They don't translate. They don't translate what the Kohen said. They're only busy supplying food to the soldiers. So Reb Chai Boyi came out to him with Sefer Shoyt Shemei Parashim Pikayin Vayimru Lo'am B'Choloshin V'Amor Af Baruch Milchama came. Why wouldn't go this way by the Orchei Milchama when they were actually going out to fight? Why was it only when they got to the border that they gave him this whole pep talk, but not that actually right before the actual war? Hey, so Reb Chai Barad, Eloi Mistabro Deloi. Voy ke Chalois Hashem Daber Olam. V'Achakach V'Niga Shekoyim V'Diber Olam. So he said that because we see, if you look at the psukim, and the Gemara is going to ask this in a second, says, "V'hoyu kachalois hashoytna ledaber el they finished, right? Then comes the pasuk. It says, "V'hoyu kekorach l'macham v'nika shekoyim v'diber el right? So at that point already, that's after v'hoyu kachalois hashoytna ledaber el. So you see from here, they didn't by the Aruch HaMelchama, they didn't go back and talk to them a second time. Avalei. So he said to him, one second, a second ago you told me, keeping that on my mikro said, you're the one who told me that the psukim were not necessarily written in the Seder. If that's the case, you're trying to bring me proof. Well, we see that the pasuk v'hoike karavchem, which comes after the psukim over here. Right, it's the way it's written out. I'm sorry, it's the order is the other way around. V'hoike korachnos, the pasuk comes first. It says v'niga shekoyim v'diber eloam. V'hoike chalois Hashem daber oam ufaktu soritz v'ois b'roi sha'am. Right, so that's that's the way the psukim in order. So now he says, what's the question? Let's just see the carbonatics. So let me start. Let me show you mashmi gamma marachia mulchama divrei koin al kedamrinon. Zok the carbonated ksiv hoike chalois. Shamina the koidim ufaktu. Kvakolu ashoit from ledaber. The shoit already finished before ufaktu soritz v'sham. The kvar marno the ufaktu hoye koidim nigash koin. And we said that took place before the koin came, because like we said, it doesn't make sense that they put the soldiers in order before they start talking, right? First they line up the soldiers, and then they start talking to them. So we see from over here that the Shoip did not repeat the words of the Kohen by when they actually came to fighting the war. So he said to him, so they, so he says, you're the one who said to me that the psukim are not necessarily written in order. And if that's the case, who says upaktu took place after, right? Let's just see the carbonated became that tama. Shena pasha mura la say the lekom ishmone klum. You can't prove anything from here because dilmo faktu v'gam b'nigash tzartan luchtav koydem v'oikachalois. In other words, maybe both these events. Okay, we'll take you for granted. Faktu comes first, then v'oike karav chemel macham v'nigash ha'koyin, and then comes v'oikachalois ha'shokim daber lam. So you have no proof. Maybe they did do it by even by the Marachim Milchama. Maybe the Shaitan did translate what the Kohen Meshuach was saying. Zok Tegel Mishnah, Halacha Beis. K'mo shenem ala halmi kumu anashim shenikvu b'shemois v'achziku b'shivya v'chol marumeyem hilbishu min hashol v'hilbishu min ilum. So hilbishu min hashol aloivechem atem holchem shem tipul biyodem emerach malechem. So I said again, these are they're not going to have people are not going to have any rachmanis over here. And the Pnei Moshe brings down this is a pasuk that's talking about some different. I was talking about by Pekach ben Ramayo that there was a fight going on between him and Achaz, and they were saying over there that when they went to fight. They went to fight, right? That Yehuda, they were that they went to go fight Malchi Yehuda. That's what this pasuk is talking about over here, and they let them go. And those they captured these the fighters from Malchi Yehuda, but then they ended up letting them go. So what the Navi is saying over here is over here you're not going to have that. Here they're not going to allow you just to you capture them and then they're going to release you. There was no it was before the Geneva Convention, and they help people out. They let people walk. Okay, so he says over there they tell them no, this is not going to be the case. You're finding going. כמו שנאמר להלן, זוג תגימור, אמר רבי יוחנן, כל שאינו כגוין אלו שהיסה ספיקה למchos al yimcho. So Rabbi Yochanan says he learns, Rabbi Yochanan saying over here is, what do we see from over here? We have, over here, the Navi was being mechiach them, and he was telling them to let go, to let the prisoners, let the fellow Yidden, the prisoners go. But he knew they were going to listen to him. And that's what he's saying. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, kol she'enu k'goyin elu shahisa sefika l'mchos al yimcha. Now, if you know that they're going to listen to you, should noicha. Otherwise, like the Kabbalah says, by over the mutav shiv shayim al yom ezidim. Rabacha b'shem Rabbi Yonason k'shem shemitzvah loy mal davar shu naseh. Same with a mitzvah to give someone mussar where you know that'll listen to you. Kach mitzvah shloy lo mal davar she'ein naseh. If you know that they can listen to you, better keep your mouth closed. Amar Rabbi Loza k'shem shasol l'taris atomei. Kach also letame es hator. Now, it's the same way. You're not sure about something, so you say, "All right, we'll make it right." You're not going to say, "Well, I might be tamei. Yeah, let's make it tar." Vice versa, also, just to machmir on it is also no good. Like the Kabbalah says, it's a pnei chumra b'loy tam. You're just not sure. You don't want to look into it. You don't have time to look into it. We'll be machmir. No, that's also no good. Rabbi Yaakov Shem Rabbi Yochanan and Bos halacha tachas yodecho beinat yodeim lisroifim litlois. So let's say you have halacha that comes to you and by kachim trumas or ma'ases like the carbonada, and you're not sure what to do in lisroif to burn it or litlois. Maybe just put away to suffix, make it became tummy or whatever. So lo'ilam haverotzach asreifa. Better burn it. Yosem and Atliya. Why should the chachav beturi yosem yipanim nisrafim? We see nisrafim. Bein misreifa. We see bring kabbanis that are completely nisraf and they're very chaviv to Hashem. So therefore, go after sreifa. Rabbi Yossi boi. Rabbi Yossi said, "What do you mean? Lamein davar shem mitzvasi lekan mi davar shem mitzvasi lekan." But I hear that's not the issue. Issue what you're saying to burn something else a suffix by karbanis. You say you burn it because that's what you're supposed to do with the carbon. But over here, who says you're supposed to do with this? Okay, we'll stop here for now.